Okay, guys. So I want to dive a little bit deeper here with you and share like four main things that I learned from my journey of showing up for my dream life. How to align with our dream life. How to truly have a lived experience of our dream life. And everything I'm going to share is from my own journey here. Okay? So, the first thing that I want to share with you is that we have to believe that we deserve a good life. We have to let go of all the narratives, all the stories, all the shame and guilt. Shame and guilt is the worst on this path. And I dealt with it for years myself. Like I was ashamed to want more. I was ashamed to deserve more, to deserve a good life. Like it's almost like we have been taught that if we live a good life, you're taking from someone else. You're taking something. When in fact, it is our birthright. It's, the creator wants us to have everything. The creator inside of us and everywhere, God, if you want, however your God is, wants you to live your best life. This is what our entire DNA pushes us towards, to thrive. Our cells in our body pushes us to thrive, to become healthier, to become, the version of ourselves that we are supposed to be. This is the purpose of human experience, right? How to live in the most beautiful way we can, in the most fulfilling way we can. So where does shame take place here? Shame comes from things that we heard, the things that have been projected upon us, from how our society treated us, from how our family, when we were little, the stories we heard, that you're not good enough, that you should do this and that. And all of those things were basically telling you or telling us how, or what we deserve in life, right? It shaped our sense of self-worth. And then on top of that, there's past lives, there's karma. If we believe in that, then you know that, this is not the first time we came here. Some of us maybe, but many of us came here before. So we attracted certain parents, certain dynamics in our lives so that we can do the soul work required in order to live a better life, in order to be more liberated, in order to be more free as souls on this earth and live simply a life worth living, right? A life that worth living in the eyes of the creator, not because of our own judgments, not of what we project, how our lives should be, how much money you should have, how many houses, and all of that. It's not about that. It's about understanding that God, whoever your God is, the universe, life in general, is your ally. Life really wants us, the best things to happen to us, but we don't allow it because of these beliefs, because of these limitations, because of these patterns. We don't allow it, right? Because of shame, as I said, shame and guilt are the biggest ones, because we have learned how to function in the world as victims, not as creators. And I say this with compassion because I've been there myself, many times. And sometimes I still have my doubts, sometimes I still have my processes, And I just learn in time how to hold myself through it. And this is what we are here for. We are here to hold that version of ourselves. We are here to reparent ourselves. We are here to master our energy, master our inner world, so that we can show up in the world for the things that are, that we are called to bring forward. And so, to live our dream life, never mind a dream life, to live a good life, we have to feel that we deserve. Period. First and foremost, we have to have this really deeply locked in. The second thing that I want to share with you is that we have to develop a relationship with the Creator inside of us. And when I'm saying this, the Creator that exists inside of you, the Creator that watches this screen through your eyes, that feels through your heart and interprets the message through your mind. There is an intelligence there. There's an intelligence there. The same intelligence exists in animals, in plants, in galaxies and stars, in other planets, in the whole cosmos. So the Creator inside is the same as the Creator outside. But the way to relate best with it is from inside. At least that's what I discovered from my own journey. Right? So you have to develop a relationship with that Creator that exists inside of you, because that Creator is what is going to bring those dreams in reality for you. If our relationship with the Creator inside of us sucks, if we sabotage ourselves, if we doubt ourselves, if we believe the narratives that limit us, then how are we going to create? How are we going to create? We are not. We need to be followers. We will get a job, and then we will show up for that job constantly to exhaustion, because there's no other way that we can imagine living our lives. And I'm saying this not to judge anyone. Okay, this is not about what's right and wrong. I'm saying this for the purpose of awareness and to understand that we have the power, that we are that power, that we are that Creator inside. And by establishing a better relationship with that, wherever you are in your journey, whether you have a job right now that maybe overwhelms you, right? Whether you're free and you can explore your purpose more open, you're blessed, you have resources, whatever the case, all of us have to establish a better relationship with that Creator inside of us to move on forward on our journey, to live our dream life, to live what God wants us to live. That's what our dream life is. I'm going to go to that in a minute. Right? So, how do we establish a better relationship with the Creator inside of us? Personally, I speak with that Creator as if it's a real being, a real person. I speak through prayer. I ask questions. Should I do this and should I do that? Should I take this decision or should I take that decision? I do that in my business as well. Should I accept this client? Is this client gonna be served by my services or not? Is this a good thing to do or not? It's like every decision I'm doing in life, I'm asking the Creator within myself, whether that is out loud or in my own self-reflecting thoughts. I'm asking a higher guidance that I know that lives beyond what my mind is trained to see, because my mind is trained to see threats and doubts and protection and how to be safe and secure and all of that. That's what the mind does. The mind cannot think outside of the box. The mind is in a box, which is our head. But when you tap out of the mind and into our heart and through our heart into the wholeness of everything that exists, that's interconnected, then we can access that intelligence and we can receive messages. So the way to establish a better relationship with it, it's up to each one of us to decide what that is. How do you do that? Personally, I love to go to nature. Prayer, as I said. I like to be creative. Anything I do that is creative, anything I do, whether I write, I journal, I mix music. I'm a DJ as well, so sometimes I mix music. Whether it's that, whether I'm creating a program, where I'm just creating a course or a video or content or anything I'm creating, really. It doesn't even have to have a meaning. When I'm doing that, I'm tapping to that frequency. I'm tapping to that energy of the creator. And so that's how I build my relationship, by constantly showing up to be creative, to not be consumed by life, but to give into life. We are so focused to take from life. What can I take here? What can I get from here? What can I, But the point of this life is to give. The Creator gives abundantly with no limit. And so because we are like that Creator, we are also giving. That's our highest service, is to share, to give. And also that can be a practice to connect with the Creator. Can you give selflessly? Can you give unconditionally? Can you give without expectation? Can you love someone without expectation? Can you share something without thinking of what am I going to get back? That's also a way to connect with the Creator. But make sure you have before you give. Don't give from lack. Don't give from not having. Of course, you can always give a smile. You can always give support. You can always give things that don't cost anything. That takes you nothing. But that's also a way that I love to connect with the Creator. I'm giving. I'm in a process of constant giving, whether I give to my partner, whether I give to my clients, whether I give to you guys here, whether it's for free, whether it's paid. I'm in a process of constantly giving, because that's what the Creator does. It's continuously abundant and gives. It's an energy of wholeness, right? So if we want to be like that, we have to connect with our frequency. And that doesn't mean I'm depleting myself. No, I take my time. I'm resting. I nourish myself. I know how to nourish myself. I know how to live a great life. I learned in time how to generate energy for myself so that I can give. How life generates energy for me, really. So, yeah, we have to develop a relationship with the Creator inside of us. That's very important. Then the third aspect of how to live our dream life is that we have to truly honor our gifts and mission. What is our gifts? What is your gifts? What lesson did you learn in this journey, in this human journey? What have you been gone through that that you survived? And not only survived, but maybe thrived. Maybe you overcame something that most people cannot even imagine. Maybe you have a talent, a skill, something like communication, or you're good with selling things, you're good at marketing, you're good at uplifting people. You just have a positive aura about yourself. You're maybe good to go into depth with people, to become a mentor, a coach, a guide, to listen to people's issues and problems and fixing and solving things. So all of these are things that we have been born with, actually, and that we through life we activate them, and then we have to share forward with the world. Sharing our gifts forward with the world is what we came here actually to do. Our soul gifts, our wisdom, things that we have been learning through our journey. In fact, I always say this, and I'm going to say it today as well, is that we are selfish not when we think about ourselves. We are selfish when we are not giving what the Creator put inside of us, what our soul came here to give. We are selfish when we don't share that forward. We are selfish when we don't share our gifts with the world. When we keep it for ourselves because we think we are not good enough, we think we doubt, and there's nothing to judge here. No one judges us, right, for not doing that. It's not about that. It's just to be aware, how how we can empower ourselves, how can we share, and what can you do today to share more of your gifts. You have to truly honor those gifts, because that's leading you to your greatest destiny, that leads you to your greatest life, to your dream life. Your gifts, period. Your skills, not. And this is the last thing that I want to share. To build a dream life that is sustainable, that is healthy and sustainable, and to thrive, is not by chasing things externally. It's not by trading trying to trade your nervous system in stock market or crypto, or trying to get that deal that somehow you think is going to save your life. Or it's not external, right? It's not about doing something external that is going to guarantee me my dream life. No, because your dream life is lived every single moment. Your dream life is lived the moment when you decide, I want to live differently. I want to create something else with my life. I want to live fully. I want to be fully alive. And from that moment on, it starts to build up all the way to getting everything you ever wanted, right? But it starts with a decision. And it starts with your gifts. And it starts with your relationship to the creator inside of you. And ultimately, it starts by believing that you deserve it all. If you think you're not deserving it, if you think you're not meant to, or only other people are meant to, because they did this and that, and they look better, or they have better skills, and how do you think people got those skills? How do you think I got all of the wisdom I got? Most, like 90% of my wisdom came through really harsh experiences, to deep catalyst and contrast and pain and suffering and struggles. And most people that have succeeded, most geniuses, most Elon Musk, and who knows what other people that we see that, that they reach the level of success that we can't even think of. Those people who went through really deep challenges, those people have met their own dark side to be where they are, So that's exactly where the alchemy happens. Have you met your dark side? Can you sit with your dark side? Do you still judge yourself that you did something wrong? That you're not good enough? Do you still hold shame and guilt? Do you believe stories that are not true about yourself? Have you outgrown people in your life, experiences, circumstances, jobs, yet you're still staying in that energy and frequency, and you're wondering why nothing happens, why it doesn't change, why does my dreams run away from me? Question is, do you honor them? That's it. That's what I want to share with you. These are the main things I want to share with you around this topic today. Sending lots of love. Have a blessed weekend ahead, and week, depending when you see this. Much love. Ciao for now.